a single satellite image, a new wing frame, and suddenly the entire world starts talking. Every headline, every defense forum now circles around one name, J-36, the fighter jet believed to mark China's leap into sixth-generation aviation technology. From Washington to Canberra, from European think tanks to the most respected aerospace magazines, the same question echoes. What do Western experts really think about China's newest warplane? Between leaked images and technical assessments, analysts don't just see an aircraft, they see a technological declaration. The J-36 is more than a flying machine, it's a data node, a symbol of a new philosophy of warfare. Whoever processes information faster commands the sky. In a world where the speed of data outweighs the speed of sound, the J-36 draws not only military attention, but also challenges the world's definition of air superiority. Join Top 10 Discoveries Official as we explore this fascinating story. Disclaimer: this content is based entirely on open source information and academic analysis. It does not promote conflict, reveal, or instruct on sensitive military technology. All names, variants, and interpretations are theoretical or unconfirmed unless officially stated. In the modern world of aviation, where information travels faster than radar waves, even a few blurry images of a new fighter prototype can ignite a global storm of analysis. The J-36, believed to be China's sixth-generation fighter jet, has become the latest obsession of Western observers. Not just for its striking design, but because it represents a shift in technological ambition, from the pursuit of speed to the pursuit of data dominance and artificial intelligence integration. Throughout the past year, satellite photos and leaked test videos have drawn intense attention from research institutes and aerospace experts across America, Australia, and Europe. Their discussions are not framed in political or strategic terms, but revolve around one technical question. Is the J-36 truly a technological leap or just an experimental signal? Frame by frame, analysts dissect its aerodynamic shape, air intake layout, seamless fuselage structure, and radar stealth design. Preliminary evaluations suggest that this aircraft's configuration indicates a surprising level of maturity, far beyond the limits of a mere conceptual model. What makes the J-36 even more remarkable is the context of its emergence, an era when electronic and data warfare are redefining what air power means. While American fighters like the F-35 and next-generation air dominance still embody a pilot-centered philosophy, the J-36 appears to embrace a network-centered vision, where every aircraft becomes a data node, seamlessly linked to UAVs, ground sensors, and satellites. For many Western experts, the real story lies not in the outer shell or maneuverability, but in how the system processes and reacts to information in real time. A true sixth-generation aircraft must not only remain invisible to radar, it must also disappear within the digital battlespace, capable of analyzing, sharing, and predicting data with near-zero delay. Thus, the J-36 is increasingly viewed not merely as a weapon, but as a test of high-level technological integration. To analysts across the West, it stands as a clear reminder: the future of air superiority will not be measured in speed, but in intelligence, where every bit of data becomes an invisible wing-shaping dominance in the sky. Recent international reporting, for example, Australian Broadcasting Corporation News on October 19, 2025, recorded a technical incident between a Chinese military aircraft and an Australian reconnaissance aircraft in international airspace, where flight signals and control inputs were later analyzed to better understand aviation safety. According to open sources such as Radio New Zealand and Australian Broadcasting Corporation News, the Chinese aircraft deployed flares at a distance described as very close, forcing the Australian pilot to execute an emergency evasive maneuver to preserve safety. Although there was no collision or damage, the event immediately drew the attention of Western defense analysts, not primarily from a political angle, but from a technical perspective. What caused a signal and control interaction to occur in such a tightly regulated air environment? Analysts point out that in modern combat aircraft, Every flight action depends on a sensor-to-control-to-response chain that is orchestrated by algorithms and supporting artificial intelligence. A small error in target identification, a data latency, or an automated reaction mechanism can produce unpredictable outcomes. Consequently, what Western experts want to examine is not who was right or wrong, but the capacity to manage signals and the reliability of airborne data networks. Under the doctrine of network-centric warfare, signals are not merely command channels but constitute the nervous system of combat operations. A data processing error measured in milliseconds can lead an artificial intelligence system to misinterpret a scenario or to generate an excessive response. That is why incidents like the one in the South China Sea are treated as field tests of signal governance, human-machine interoperability, and the safety of automated response systems. Linked to the J-36, experts argue that this platform represents a new tier of signal security. Open-source analysis suggests the aircraft is intended to function as a data node within a combat network, integrated with unmanned aerial vehicles, surface warships, and satellites. Every flight command and every sensor action must be coordinated with absolute precision between artificial intelligence systems and human operators to prevent signal conflicts or erroneous reactions. In an environment where signals become a form of soft power, controlling data equates to exercising initiative across the entire battlespace. Since the first images of the J-36 emerged, Western analysts have quickly divided into two camps. One side is impressed, calling it a remarkable leap in technology, while the other remains cautious, arguing it's far too early to draw conclusions about the jet's real-world capabilities. Experts from organizations such as RAND Corporation and Aviation Week note that the J-36 reflects a significant shift in the philosophy of military aviation development. Instead of focusing solely on the airframe, engines, or top speed, China now seems to be merging hardware and software, from radar-absorbing materials to sensor fusion systems. These analysts praise the design's ambition toward a network-centric warfare model, where the aircraft no longer operates alone, but acts as a connected data node in a multi-layer combat network. Some even suggest that if its data fusion and artificial intelligence coordination prove stable, the J-36 could be the first step toward a generation of battlefield-aware aircraft. However, other experts, including those from the Center for Strategic and International Studies and the War Zone, caution that most of what the public has seen so far is technical demonstration, not proof of performance. They point out that empirical data on engine output, AI flight stability, and data link security protocols have not been independently verified. Some remain skeptical, noting that while digital simulations and aerodynamic tests appear promising, achieving consistent performance in real-world combat conditions requires thousands of testing hours. Despite these contrasting views, analysts across the spectrum agree on one key point. Data and artificial intelligence define modern warfare. In 6th-generation aircraft, aerodynamic form is merely the surface. What truly matters is the ability to process information in real time, where every millisecond and every bit of data could determine who commands the next era of air superiority. When discussing the J-36, many Western experts argue that it must be viewed as more than just a fighter jet. Behind its aerodynamic structure and artificial intelligence-driven control system lies an industrial and data ecosystem that stretches from civil aviation technology to national transportation network management. A recent example that drew international attention, reported by Public Broadcasting Service and Euronews, involved major Chinese airlines opposing a United States proposal to restrict flights crossing Russian airspace. While the issue appeared commercial, Western observers interpreted it as a sign of China's growing ability to coordinate data and manage complex operational networks. The capability to route, sequence, and exchange information among hundreds of aircraft in real time demonstrates an increasingly advanced level of data control and airspace management. This very capability has led many analysts to draw parallels with network-centric thinking in military aviation. If civil aviation operators can process data from millions of flight miles every day, then the transfer of such software and infrastructure technologies to defense applications naturally becomes an area of close Western scrutiny. At the academic level, researchers see the J-36 as merely the visible surface of a deeper integrated system, one that combines artificial intelligence, sensors, signal management algorithms, and national data infrastructure. Similar to how the United States once developed the industrial ecosystem surrounding the F-35. Western research institutions also note that China's focus on digital simulation platforms, aviation data centers, and deep learning algorithms serves not just one aircraft program, but the construction of an entire technological ecosystem. Therefore, the J-36 is not assessed merely by its airframe or engine, but by how it reflects the maturation of a nationwide industry, one bridging civil data systems and military artificial intelligence. From that perspective, many analysts conclude that the key question is not how fast the J-36 can fly, but rather how fast the system behind it can process and learn. When Western analysts place the J-36 side by side with the next-generation air dominance program of the United States, their interest is not simply who owns the more advanced technology, but in the two fundamentally different development philosophies emerging along the same evolutionary path towards sixth-generation aviation. According to open-source reporting, the next-generation air dominance program of the United States is designed around a single pilot plus artificial intelligence collaborator philosophy. This approach keeps the human pilot at the center of control, while artificial intelligence acts as a technical assistant, offering suggestions and processing data at a secondary layer. That model preserves advantages in instantaneous human judgment and tactical flexibility, especially in complex environments where human decision-making remains decisive. However, it also requires extremely high levels of pilot skill and seamless human-machine interaction to avoid cognitive overload. By contrast, many analysts argue that the J-36 is being shaped around a two pilots plus AI coordinator plus supporting unmanned aerial vehicle network structure. In this model, roles are divided clearly. One pilot focuses on tactics, while the other manages data systems and network links. Artificial intelligence functions as a third brain, both managing sensors and orchestrating unmanned aerial vehicles while communicating with other platforms. This philosophy emphasizes team operations and real-time data sharing, where information continuously flows among manned aircraft, unmanned aerial vehicles, and command centers to form a unified combat network. Technically, the two philosophies optimize different performance goals. NGAD prioritizes decision speed at the individual level, minimizing latency between perception and action. The J-36 concept, on the other hand, emphasizes parallel processing, offloading cognitive burden from humans and ensuring signal integrity in contested electronic environments. One side places faith in the pilot's abilities, the other trusts the power of data networks and collective intelligence. Both approaches share a crucial insight. Artificial intelligence has become an inseparable component of modern combat aircraft. Power no longer derives only from engines or weapons, but from the way data is interpreted, processed, and converted into action in a heartbeat. When discussing a next-generation platform like the J-36, Western experts often return to a few fundamental questions. Which core technologies are ready, which still require validation? And what risks emerge when a system moves from digital simulation to real-world operation? From a technical standpoint, three recurring issues dominate the debate: the reliability of high-thrust engines, the management of thermal systems for sensors and data storage, and the security and resilience of data links. High-performance jet engines for large fighter aircraft must deliver stable output across all flight regimes, from takeoff and cruising to supersonic acceleration, while enduring extreme thermal fluctuations, vibrations, and material fatigue. Analysts emphasize that while simulations can produce impressive results, only real-world flight hour testing can confirm long-term durability and operational stability under combat stress. Similarly, modern sensor arrays and onboard artificial intelligence processors generate enormous heat. Managing that heat within a sealed stealth fuselage is an unavoidable engineering challenge. Excessive temperatures not only degrade computing performance, but can also accelerate hardware fatigue or trigger system malfunctions during extended missions. When it comes to data networks and cybersecurity, experts identify two critical layers of risk: digital intrusions targeting software or supply chains, and physical disruptions caused by electromagnetic interference on data links. In environments saturated with electronic countermeasures, communication channels can become congested, distorted, or delayed. Even a millisecond of latency or a lost packet of data could affect flight control algorithms or split-second combat decisions. Hence, Western engineers stress the importance of redundancy protocols, cross-source data verification, and fail-safe recovery mechanisms to ensure aircraft autonomy and pilot safety. The recent incident near Australia, where a military jet released flares dangerously close to another aircraft, is seen as a real-world example of the gap between simulation and reaction under pressure. In a simulated environment, aerodynamic stability and decision algorithms can be tested under ideal conditions, but non-standard human behavior, signal interference, or unexpected interactions often reveal weaknesses that no model can fully anticipate. For this reason, specialists repeatedly highlight a key principle. Every technological breakthrough, from sensor fusion to autonomous flight algorithms or AI-guided network coordination, must be validated through rigorous real-world testing. That means red teaming evaluations, hardware-in-the-loop and software-in-the-loop simulations, and thousands of flight hours under varied and unpredictable conditions. Only after passing these layers of empirical testing can a platform like the J-36 be considered operationally mature and safe for deployment, transforming theoretical innovation into verified performance. As the debate surrounding the J-36 expands among Western analysts, the tone has gradually shifted from skepticism to more nuanced, in-depth analysis. Rather than viewing it as a direct threat, experts now interpret the J-36 as a technological milestone, marking the growing convergence of artificial intelligence, data systems, and next-generation aviation. Every aerodynamic contour, every low-reflective radar signature, and every flight control algorithm reveals a new way of defining air power, not merely as a contest of weapons, but as the ability to perceive and process information in real time. Military analysts describe this evolution as the shift from aerodynamic superiority to data superiority. In the 20th century, superpowers raced to reach higher Mach numbers or greater flight ceilings. In the 21st, the race is about signal latency, sensor fusion, and decision-making speed. A fighter jet may reach supersonic velocity, but if it cannot see or understand the battle space faster than its rival, it risks losing the advantage. In this light, the J-36 represents a new philosophy, a platform where AI is not just an assistant, but an intelligent entity that can learn, predict, and orchestrate data in real time. Western experts emphasize that the most critical element is not the aircraft itself, but the technological ecosystem behind it. A modern fighter cannot operate in isolation from its satellite networks, unmanned systems, ground-based data hubs, and tactical communication links. Thus, China's investment in aviation AI, digital simulation, and data infrastructure is viewed as part of a broader effort to construct an aerial neural network, much like how the West is developing its next-generation air dominance program and integrated combat systems. Academic observers note that the concept of air superiority is being redefined into data superiority. The distinction between the two centuries lies here. In the past, pilots ruled the skies through instinct and reflex. Now they do so through information processing speed and human-machine network coordination. In the age of electronic warfare, a few milliseconds of faster reaction can determine victory or defeat. For that reason, the J-36 is seen not only as a prototype fighter, but as proof of an integrated systems mindset, where every bit of data becomes a source of power. When aircraft evolve into mobile network nodes, when information becomes the new fuel, and when every decision is calculated through billions of operations in an instant, superiority is no longer measured by engine thrust, but by the collective intelligence of the network itself. What do you think will define the future of aviation? Advanced engines or artificial intelligence? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on the latest insights into technology, national strategies, and innovations shaping tomorrow. Top 10 Discoveries Official will return soon, with untold stories, boundary-pushing projects, and quiet revolutions reshaping the world. See you in the next video.